Greetings and welcome to the One Six Scale Man proudly presents. You know what it is. Say What Wednesday. And before we dive in, we gotta always pay homage to our sponsorship. So without further ado, first off, we got Will Rossification in here, fast growing hair care product. Boop, 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 boop. Will Rossification hair crack. It's available now. Get yours while supplies last. If you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you. So make sure you get that as soon as possible. Next, you already know. Next up, we got Candy by Candy Cousins himself, Brother Cousins Candy for that galactic pimp. And you get you a drink, and it's all in, and we are ready for y'all. And last but not least, we coming in with little booty love. We got Cam's custom gloves.
Oh wow!
Embrace the cheeks all day, every day. Cam's custom gloves in the building all day, every day. You know how that goes. We just want to make things right, and so does he. Make sure you get them gloves while you can and give him some love all day, every day. Anyway, thank you guys for basically being here with us tonight. It's going to be a great discussion. We got a lot to talk about. I just want to bring these guys in. How you guys doing this evening, man?
Doing great.
Good, man.
Let's go, man.
Hello. You doing good? Good, man. So glad to have this panel on. We're going to be joined by another individual later on. That's my man Payne. He's going to come through because, like I said, I mean, again, this is a painful subject, and we're going to be talking about some statue work. So we got to have Payne in the building. So we're going to bring Payne. So I didn't want Will, to feel lonely on this topic. I know we got other statue collectors in here, but I didn't want Will to feel lonely on this subject. So we're going to bring another statue collector in and have this conversation. But my man, Koska, what's going on with you? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thank you for having me on again. It's a pleasure. I'm really excited to talk about this whole streaming biz and collecting because it has affected the collecting community. So yeah, let's get this rolling.
Yeah, man, definitely. We're going to have a conversation tonight. There's a lot to kind of embellish, and we are going to talk about those things. So thank you for being here, brother. Next up, we got the one and only enabler himself. I mean, he's actually the Sith Lord of enabling. Mr. Usby. Sean, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
Damn, nice voice. Wow.
Yeah.
Straight up, tell you.
You know, my womb gremlins, they brought me home a present from school this past week. So yeah, I'm sounding a bit like Cam this week. So other than that, doing good. Feeling a little bit better now, and got back from Disney last week. And yeah, man, excited to talk about this because it definitely has affected many things, including how my pocketbook and my and stuff like that.
Yes, yes, it has, man. It definitely has. So great. It's going to be a good discussion tonight. Next up, the man that pretty much made the voice on you. He made the man that just made voice on streaming services sexy. My man, the one and only Cam, my cousin Cam. What's going on with you, brother?
Sean, what the hell are you trying to prove?
I'll prove anything.
Damn, take me off this goddamn panel.
One, two, baby.
Yo, straight up.
I'm gonna get canceled now. I had one thing going on.
One thing, man. What's going on with you, Cam? How you
doing, bro? Good, man. Good. Glad
so
to be
good
here,
to have you, man. Great discussion, man. Great discussion. And next up, we got the human party himself. I mean, this man, he know how to party, man. He makes anything a party, man. All day, every day. Raleigh Reviews. What's going on with you, brother?
Doing great, man. Wednesday night. Say what? Always love being on these shows, and you got the chat popping in here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's get into it. Some important topics.
Raleigh. So check it out.
Oh yeah.
I want to tell you something, bro. I got some news. Well, supposedly some news. I wasn't gonna leak it until the truth was there, but I couldn't hold it in. But there's a source. There's a source that says in about maybe a week or so, you might be a happy man. And I think basically the collecting community might be happy as hell.
Ooh,
because basically it's from what I'm hearing is that they were waiting for the re-edition or the re-release of No Way Home to release a certain figure. And that figure is going to be coming soon as a reveal. So it's going to be an actual reveal of this figure. So hopefully we might... Yeah, so me coming soon. So that's just an insight. Now, right now, we don't know whether he's like, yo, don't quote me. He said, because the thing is, there's some inside information. He's over there. So again, he was like, yo, like straight up, they're prepping for it because they know people have been waiting for it. Hot Toys wants to be relevant, so they want to stay relevant. So this might be happening real soon, bro. So stay tuned. I was like, I'm gonna wait.
That's
for
got me excited. Yeah, you gotta have me there. There we go.
Straight up, man. So definitely, man. Next up and last but not least, for now, we got Will Foxification in the building. What's going on with you, brother?
Not much, man. Happy to be here. And I heard there was a rumor layout possibly that Loki could be next. So I guess we'll see, right? I don't know if that's going to be true. He was on that like leaked shipment manifest, so I really want to see if that's actually going to be accurate. But there was a rumor a little bit that Loki was going to be next. Layout. The other piece of news I have, you probably saw. I ordered a bunch of Magic cases, so I'm broke as fuck now. But at the same time, like in about 12 months, my display is going to be looking fire. So I
want to let you know though, because Will just said he's broke, but he just sent me a photo of a statue and asked if he should buy it. So
yeah, that's true. Broke? But I'm not going to buy it.
Maybe he's not. I don't know about that.
That's only because we're talking about statues tonight, Riley. But I'm not going to buy it yet, okay? Because I'm broke. I can't even afford to go to Vegas. So like I pay, dude. That Magic cases are expensive. So it's but like I said, it's good.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but you know what? Bro, thank you for being here. But speaking of statues, brother.
Oh, shit. What's up?
With statues, I had to basically bring you some company, man. And we got my guy, the man we all know and love. My man, Payne is in the building. My guy, Payne. What is going on with you, brother?
You're muted. You're muted.
You're muted? I think you're muted. There you go.
Sorry, I was running a little bit late. I got the time wrong. I apologize.
No, bro, it's cool. It look fashionably late. It's okay. We got you here. It's all there. You bring in the pain. You bring the pain every time you're on the panel, bro.
That's true.
You're muted again.
Damn.
Went out.
Damn.
We lost Payne again.
Auto mute.
That auto muted.
Sorry.
It's still muted.
No,
is it still
muted?
You good? Hold on a second. He said, hold on, let me switch some things around.
Looks like he's gonna DJ.
Yeah, right.
DJ
Payne. He's about to drop a hot track.
DJ
Payne.
Oh my God.
No, we can't hear you, Payne.
Still can't hear you yet, Payne.
Oh, now we can, right?
Yeah, I think we.
No, still no.
It's like in and out.
It comes in and out, but we got Payne in here, man.
It's all that statue excitement.
You here?
It's true.
Here.
Everybody, Payne is in the building. That's all that matters. We got Payne here, man. I'm so happy that he's going to be here because it's going to be definitely an interesting discussion because again, it's not all it's about 1/6 collecting. It's about statue collecting, whatever scale it is right now, whether it's 1/12, 1/10, whether it's Black Series, even Legos. Speaking of which, Sean, man, you got a scoop, bro.
What's up?
I'm missing a piece, bro. Have you ever ran into that problem, bro?
One time, yeah.
Damn.
Bro, and what did you do?
If you email Lego, they'll mail you a new piece. They're super good about their CS, yeah.
All right,
Like as long as you have the part number or whatever, if you email their CS, they'll get it out right to you.
Okay, cool. Because I'm missing a piece, man. I'm like, damn, like, bro. After a Sunday show, I'm like, yo, we got to do Bricks and Brews again on Sunday. Like, bro, it's a fun ass show, bro. Like, literally, we just sit there and put Legos together, bro. And I'm like, yo, I forgot how fun it is, and just it's a tension release, like a stress reliever when you're doing it, bro. So I'm sitting up there doing I was doing it the entire time I was on your show.
Yeah, I saw you just over there just building stuff. Oh
hell
yeah,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man. So definitely, I listen. I love it, man. Love it. But yeah, we gonna get Payne back here in a little bit. But let me address the chat. Before I address the chat, real quick, a couple of bits of house cleaning we want to actually jump into real quick. And again, I want to first of all thank everybody, basically, because the turnout for Halloween initiative has been incredible.
Let's go.
So incredible. Okay, we're gonna make this, and it's still going on. But check this out. It's still going on up until the 1st of October. But we have actually reached our goal, and on top of that, we got that silent partner contributed. So definitely, I cannot wait till this weekend. We reached our goal. I'm going to be going out this weekend, grabbing some costumes, videotaping myself because we're going to be on a hunt. We already grabbed a few. We're going to grab some more. It's going to be fun, and I cannot wait for it, man. It's going to be so exciting. Again, Halloween Initiative does close. It finishes up on the 1st of October. So you can continue to get your donations in if you want to. Definitely also to talk about none other than the Halloween Initiative raffle for the Iron Scavenger. That's still going on as well. So get over on the Instagram page and you'll actually see all the details there. Spaces are finally filling up. So definitely excited about that. Again, Halloween Initiative, all for the kids, all for the children. Definitely. You know, it was crazy because me and Toya, when we went on Sunday, we were looking at some costumes. Toya was like, you know what you should do? You should call up Will Fox Vacation to get him to come down and cosplay. I'm like, you far? I said, Will Fox Vacation is in Maryland.
Yeah, that's true, bro. That's gonna be a hike.
There's a hike. It's not like he lived around the corner. He was.
I'll bring my Kylo, dude, or Vader. Yeah,
definitely. Like that would have been incredible. But you know, man. She's always thinking about the children.
Hey,
so
yeah. How? Where you're in Pennsylvania, right, Leo?
Yeah, we're in Pennsylvania. So
yeah,
you're
probably like a couple hours.
You're about an hour 45 minutes away, bro. So that's
not
like
that far, actually.
Yeah. It's sort of.
I think it'd be more than that, wouldn't it?
It probably would, depending on where you are in Maryland. It might be a bit.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? But
he is.
He is.
Because he's close to the Eastern Shore, so he's close to the, Ocean City. So it's
so he's
I'm further away.
He's been out there. He's about 2.5 almost.
Probably, if not.
Yeah,
more.
that's a hike. That's a hike.
Because we're like an hour and change. So
we're like right around the corner.
Right,
we're right around the corner. So I'm going to be coming to check you out pretty soon, brother. Because you got me and Costa going.
I'm here.
We're gonna hit up we gotta hit up you already know we gotta actually hit up IKEA, bro. So you gotta get me.
Hell yeah, dude.
Definitely.
I love IKEA.
Let's go.
I love
IKEA's dope. They never have any
seriously. I will buy stuff from IKEA just like when I'm feeling anxious. I'll just buy it and just build it. And if we need it, we need it.
Just to be safe. That's what I'm talking about. Payne, we got you in the building, man. Are you here with us, bro?
Nope.
No, man, this is breathe it out again. Payne, come on, brother. What's going on with the Payne?
Get a white erase board.
He's going down. He's fixing the wires.
He's distracted by the ladies.
Wire.
He's gonna figure it out.
What the hell?
Wait.
Nope, still not.
Nope, it's still doing the same thing.
StreamYard.
Damn
StreamYard, man.
Payne, did you reboot everything? Man, and it's still doing the same thing. Come on, man. Payne a break.
We need Hot Girl Summer. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We need Payne. We do need Hot Girl Summer, bro. We need Hot Girl Summer, so come on, man.
It's getting cold out here.
It is getting. All right, so Payne's gonna basically work on that, man. We're gonna be waiting for you. We got you here, brother. But yeah, thank you so much for that, man. Again, let me address the chat real quick. Who we got in here? We got Nick's Collectibles in the building. Malika Mabane, Charlie the Unicorn is here. Feezy Figures is in the building. AJ Agrusa, El Profesoro's out there. We got Mike Fiella. We got Louis Labitz, Charlie the Unicorn. Who else we got in here? Kinky Sphincters in the building. We got Taria. We got One Pouch Man in the building. Thank you for being here with us. Blue Tattoo is with us. Who else we got? DK is in the building. Josh Baker is here. Thank you for being with us tonight. Tobar Keith is in the building. Who else we got? KG, my man, Mr. 10% is actually out there. Yo. FBJ, I mean, we gotta get KG when he's not busy because he's always busy.
He's always filming.
Always busy, always filming. We got who else we got? Let's see here. Vibes is in the building. We got Jack is in the building. Thank you for being here. We got Cam out there flirting. We got Docinator the Booty King is in the building. S Beam is in the building. Who else we got? Man, there's quite a few people that we got in here tonight, and they are still flowing in. So keep on flowing. Keep on flowing. Yomo is in the building. Thank you for being here with us. Renz Talon effing Tino.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, let me Payne. Are you there?
Nope.
He's still working on it. But let me show y'all something.
Oh man, I think I know what's happening. I think I know what's about to happen.
Oh, I saw this. I
saw this as well. Oh man.
Renz Talentino. First of all, brother, we talking about Renz Talentino.
Damn, there it is.
Talentino. Renz the mutant Talentino, man. Like, look at this piece, bro.
Man, that was like a
Signed
photo
it
of
and
us.
everything,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Look at that,
That
bro.
looks awesome.
That's crazy.
Bro, one of the most amazing pieces I have ever seen in my life. And that is because, yes, I'm biased. And then on top of that, he did actually send me the certificate of authenticity. So I have that.
Yep.
Yo, Renz does not play. Plus, he signed it on the back. So we actually have it signed by Renz. This thing will be up, ready to go. But look at that piece, man. Look at that.
Dope.
You see who that is?
Wow.
So
Yes.
talented.
I see her in the background too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now you already know, bro. I got 2 Renzes right up there in the corner. So
Two Renz pieces, bro. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying, bro. When you get a
Right
Renz
there.
piece, it's incredible, man. Like straight up, like
Check it out. Check him out.
really authentic. You got to check him out. Make sure you actually log on. You can actually see him on Instagram and see his work. But the man is bananas when it comes to work. It's flames all day, every day. So definitely, you guys got to check him out and get some work from him because he's incredible, man, all day. But yes, Payne, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me now?
There we go.
Payne, that's what I'm
Sorry,
talking about, bro.
It's so weird, fellas. I've never had this happen before, so I'm not sure what happened, but I think I'm here now.
Yeah, you're here.
I just wanted to say, starting off, first of all, thank you. Sorry I'm late, but then, yo, Will,
What's
my
up,
man,
dude?
where are my nudes, man? You were supposed to send me
dude,
nudes.
bro, when do you want them? Where do I send them, bro?
On the OnlyFans.
I mean, just let me know where they need to go, and I'll send them shits over.
All right. You can DM me, man. You can DM me.
I'll DM you. Let me find you on Facebook right now.
My man. There you go. There you go.
Payne,
Hey, fellas.
it's
What's
so
up,
good
what's
to
up?
have you here, bro. Like I'm straight up every time, Payne, every time you on the show, bro. You and the human party is crazy because we got you and the human party on one show. Here we go, bro.
Hey.
And you got Cam asking for Hot Girl Summer, so you already know how it is.
It's true.
Thank you, man.
It's all about them titty, man. All about them titty.
That's what you're gonna get in your inbox. You asked for. So.
100%. All about them titty, man.
100%.
Silicone, baby, silicone. That new J&D Wonder Woman silicone cast-off armor, baby. Oh yeah. I'm gonna spend money on that. I'm gonna drop money on that. You know. All about the silicone titty, man.
Straight up.
I ain't got no shame. I'm a lover of the titty. And I'm okay with that. I've gone to therapy. It's cool. My shrink says you gotta be you. Take your meds, but you can love titty all you want. I'm just saying, man, it's all good.
That sounds like a very wholesome message.
Hey, speaking of which, hey, Payne, speaking of which, if you do, my man Cam can actually hit you with some Cam's custom gloves, bro. Embrace the cheeks and Cam got them gloves for you, bro. He's pointing. He's like, yo, here go them gloves.
He got them
gloves for you.
Straight
up.
They come in hot red.
They come in hot red. There you go.
That's the color that I want. Are those like vinyl leather? Like what are those?
This like
it's like a tack synthetic wide receiver glove. It's very for any type of surfaces.
They straight up look like gimp suit gloves to me, but I'm down with the red. I'm down with the hot red.
There you go, man. Straight up. But Payne, thank you for being here, brother.
Hey, of course. Thank you for having me. I
Thank you
appreciate
for being here. So again, the topic of the show pretty much tonight. Now, here's the thing. Now, here's some inside information as well. So what I did was today I contacted Sideshow because I wanted to basically find out about the Echo, because basically I had the Echo on order. I have it on order, and they were supposed to take the payment. Well, they didn't yet. And the thing is, it's because with those things, they're actually sending them out in batches. So lucky for me, they actually didn't. But they also explained to me that they were also sending out. So people who actually got the Boba Fett on a throne, that was actually sent out in batches as well. You know what I mean? So again, we've been talking about this. Okay, is this a new thing? Is this something that they're changing the policy? We're going to start seeing things early. I think it's again, after today's conversation, it's still too soon to make that assumption, because if they're sending them batches, that means that, there might be some slight delays. I don't know, because I did switch even my Boba Fett on the throne to full payment so they can take that. And I want to see how that's going to convert. You know what I mean? We got to wait and see how that's going to react. So again, I just think it's, it's a slight delay, or well, not a slight delay, but I think they were sending out everything in batches. So we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? From here going forward. But
I got a question for you guys. You guys, I would assume you guys buy from Sideshow quite a bit.
Yeah.
Has Sideshow? I'm sorry. Do you guys usually do like six scale stuff, or do you guys do bigger things?
They do statue 6 scale.
Yeah, I've done bigger things from Sideshow too. Yeah.
All right. So has Sideshow been padding the shipping for your stuff?
Padding it?
Because I'll give you an example. I had a piece that I pre-ordered, right? Mm-hmm. And the shipping they wanted to charge $375. Now I know for a fact that what they did was basically, if you're a retailer and you have a business account with UPS or whatever your carrier, you get a discounted rate. Mm-hmm. So the shipping for the piece, even though it's dimensional weight, oversized box, yada yada yada, I know that I could get it for $210, but they are straight up charging $375, and they've been doing that on a lot of the bigger pieces. And I don't know how many, I don't know how much it affects the 6 scale community, but I buy quarter and usually third and up, so I buy the bigger stuff. So when I see a piece that I'm sorry, the piece was like $700 and you want to charge me $375 for shipping, I'm like, you take that shit back. You take that back right now. I can do without. Right. Especially now that I know that you're padding. But anyway, that was just something that it's been happening I'm gonna say recent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying if you for statue, especially for statue pieces. Now, one of the biggest pieces I got the last time was for instance, the last statue I received or I got from them was the man, which one was it? As a matter of fact, it was the Batgirl. So the last statue I got from them was the Batgirl. And I think that was like $58 or $60 in shipping for that piece. And that's like a quarter scale. So majority of the pieces I haven't paid any more than I think like 60 or $60 as far as, but I mean, if it's like half scale stuff like that, I haven't really purchased those from them. So I don't know what they could be doing at that point. But that is interesting. So what was one of the pieces you got from them?
So it was actually an anime piece that came in a really big box. It was dimensional weight. But essentially what they did and they're doing this with a couple of the Prime 1 pieces as well. They're not charging you the distributor discount negotiated rate. Basically, they're charging you retail. So if I were to go and punch in the dimensional weight in UPS myself or FedEx myself without any discount, without any business account, blah, 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 retail would have been $375. So what they're doing is they're getting it. They used to just give it to you for whatever rate they got, but instead what they've been doing lately, not only did they raise every piece by like $6, but not only that, there are certain pieces that they've been sneaky, like that Prime 1, the Batman, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, that piece retails for $15.99 and they're charging $17.25. And not only that, you can get that piece elsewhere for a lot cheaper, but they're charging $17.25 plus tax plus shipping. So what they're doing with some of the heavier stuff, especially if it's dimensional weight, they're charging you what retail and they're pocketing the difference of what they normally did, which they didn't used to do before. So it's just one of those. I mean, I get it, pandemic, blah, 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 but it's just one of those, that's just fabulous. That makes me feel so good to buy from you,
That's interesting. That's interesting. Because I haven't really, but then again, like I said, for instance, my, the Revan that I actually have coming, of course, through pop culture, like I told you, I got paid for as far as shipping is like $250. Like it was like $250
from
shipping
Todd,
for that. Yeah, from Todd. Yeah. And now I also got that Wonder Woman piece. So I don't know how much that's going to be. Right. Because again, they haven't even received that yet. You know what I mean? They told me it's going to be
boat or air. That's all.
Yeah. So again, it just depends on. So I haven't really gotten any other statue pieces from Sideshow. I just mainly right now. Now it's going to be different because I did order that Ahsoka from them. You know what I mean? Sean at Ahsoka, we actually saw at Celebration. So that piece is going to be interesting to see how that one comes and how much they'll charge shipping for that piece, because they haven't made the announcement on that yet. But I don't know. That's interesting, bro. That's a good call. Like, I mean, that's something to kind of look out for going forward. So thank you for that info, man. Definitely.
Yeah, just watch your thing when you go to checkout. You know, there's just certain things where it's just like, if it don't smell right, I would, just get a second opinion, or do the math yourself, or find somebody that you know that has a business account with shipping or whatever that can at least tell you whether you're getting ripped off or not.
Got you. That's a good call, man. I'm gonna definitely check that out, man. But yeah, thanks for that, bro. So all right. So let me ask y'all a question. So who here remembers life before these streaming properties? Like, do you remember life in the collecting world before streaming properties, bro? Do you remember like how I remember like when I first started collecting Hot Toys figures, bro? Like when I first, again, Will, you know this, the first 1/6 scale figure that I actually purchased was the Kylo Ren. That was the very first Hot Toys figure that I actually purchased. Now, when the movie released, between the movie and the actual production run on that piece, it wasn't that much. It wasn't that far in advance. You know what I mean? Like they released that piece like damn near like what 6-7 months after, like almost after the movie was released, sort of. Or it was
so I bought mine well after that, but
but it wasn't that far off that piece was actually released. So you got the film, you got the prototype, and then like maybe a few 1 month later. It wasn't, put it this way, it wasn't the 2-year route or a 1.5 year route. You got them fairly quicker because again, like movies were spread out at that particular point. You got a film, you weren't getting the actual sequel to the following year. You got other films, but the movie industry and the entertainment industry wasn't as connected or congested as it is now. Okay, so we were getting figures like, I remember like just going in getting figures like when other figures were released. I would actually just put my pre-order down. Boom, you get a notification that was going to be Rogue One came out. I got my gen not that far afterwards. It wasn't that much of a delay. And everything was cool for a minute. There might have been like spurts in between here and there, but everything was cool. Enter Disney Plus, enter HBO Max, enter some of the Netflix shows and some of the Amazon Plus shows, Hulu, whatever streaming property that you have, and they start releasing like shows such as Game of Thrones. Then we start basically seeing, now we got Lord of the Rings. People actually bought rights to certain IPs, and we were seeing more figures released with that. It seems like now because of that, the industry, the collecting community has gotten really congested. Like now we're seeing more delays. And I think, and I firmly will, when you were talking about, earlier on, you got to, that Loki might be next.
Yeah.
Do you think that one of the reasons why, now I know we talk about the simple fact that it might have been one of those situations where the containment unit was, kind of like delayed. Like the containment unit was kind of like, they said it might have actually sunk, one of those, units that we actually got, the containers might have sunk to the bottom of the ocean. That was like that play on it, whatever. It could have been, who knows? We don't know. But do you think possibly part of that is because of the simple fact that we got these Disney Plus shows? We did get the Loki release as of Sylvie and, with the time variance pretty much from that show. Do you think that played a role partially in the delay of this figure?
That's a good question, man. I think this is a really interesting topic just because it is, for me at least, hard to remember life before streaming. Like I don't know, like it wasn't that long ago, maybe a couple years, right? Like even a year or more when Disney started, releasing all their shows. WandaVision was really the first one that kickstarted everything. Like, of course there were shows beforehand like Hulu and Netflix and, and you had HBO Max, like you said, and things like that were popping up on there. But I think Disney was really what probably moved the needle for a lot of this, because that's what Hot Toys makes. They make Disney products, really. I mean, that's, they make Star Wars and Marvel mostly. They don't even really give a shit about DC. I mean, they make it when they feel like it, right? But that's not that often. So, they really make Disney stuff, right? So I think, Lael, I mean, there were still delays. but I didn't think maybe they weren't quite as extensive as they are now. But it's clear that Hot Toys, and I'm sure other companies as well, are just overwhelmed with the amount of content that they have to then produce into figure form. I mean, I think that's very clear, because you can see how long it took to make the Loki figures and put them up for pre-order. After the show was over, we still don't have a Hawkeye up for pre-order. I mean, that is pretty remarkable. I mean, I know they put Kate up, but there's no Hawkeye up. He's the main character. I mean, like that show came out in like December. I mean, of last year. That's like a year without a figure. I mean, that's not a priority to them. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they have to make and put up for pre-order, and that's why there's like 150 figures on pre-order right now, and everything's going to get delayed and pushed back because there's just too much. I mean, and I think that's part of the problem, not just with toy collecting, with figure collecting, but just in general. I think like the market has become very oversaturated with this type of content. And I think, like I've said before, I'm starting to feel like maybe some of these Marvel shows are diluting the brand a bit. Like they're like, I can't keep up with them. I gave up on She-Hulk after 3 episodes because it just becomes too much. Like I never even watched Miss Marvel, right? I saw Thor 4, which is crazy. I saw Thor 4 in theaters like a month after it came out. Like, I mean, that's remarkable for me. I was always there opening night. I mean, like it's just a different time, because it's not like I'm losing interest in Marvel or Star Wars or whatever. It's just like, it's so much. It's like, it's so prevalent. And the example I always give, the dating expert, like if you're always like readily available, right? It's not as exciting for the other person, right? And Marvel's like always there. Like it's like no matter what, there's always a Marvel thing, a new thing to watch, and I just can't keep up with all of it. Like if I like House of Dragon is keeping my attention really well, right? And then or I'm gonna watch She-Hulk, right? Like it's not a comparison. So to me, like I do think this has delayed some of the things just because of the sheer volume of things that they now have to produce. Because Disney wants mass production, clearly. There's a lot of figures need to be made. And layout probably like the characters like you're referring to, like Wong and maybe Okoye, those figures might have been made if not for the sheer amount of shows and other things that are coming out now. I mean, like, because they might have been like, hey, we got some time. Like, let's make an Okoye and see how it does, right? Instead of, oh shit, we got to make Hawkeye and we got to make all the Loki variants and we got to make Sylvie, and like, they can make any number of characters. The Black Panther film is probably going to have several figures from it, right? I mean, it's going to be very popular, and it's so yeah, man, it's just, I would say, that probably delayed it. Pennywise got delayed a lot too, but I mean, it could have just been the streaming thing. I mean, if you look at most of the figures nowadays, I feel like a lot of it is streaming. I mean, all of
it. That's what I'm saying. Like, and the reason why I even put Wonder Woman 84 in the thumbnail is because it was a streaming option on HBO Max.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like
Obi-Wan, Andor, I mean, all the Marvel. Miss Marvel hasn't even been put up for pre-order yet.
Not yet. At all.
I mean, that's and that's remarkable. A title character is not on pre-order, like for a Marvel property. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's that's why I saw earlier in the day when you put this stream up, I was like, that's a really good question actually, because I honestly don't remember life before streaming, because I feel like oversaturation is all I know at this point.
It just kind of clouded up. It just pushed that all out. So anyway, it's because the wait. It used to be fun back, then, waiting on your figures, getting your figures in, watching reviews and stuff like that. But now I think it is effective because there's way too much that's coming right now. There's a lot that's actually coming right now. And we don't really necessarily know what to expect, what's to come. Like Sean, let me go to you real quick, bro. Like, how long? Okay, let me ask you a question, Sean. Think back, your very first Hot Toys figure, and when did you get it?
I was talking to Mario about this not too long ago. It was I don't think it was Ant-Man. It might have been Ant-Man from Ant-Man 1 or the Han and Chewie 2-pack. I can't remember. But something along those lines, like 2014, 2015, something like that. That's when I started to get into it. So yeah, I definitely remember the before times when Facebook collecting groups didn't exist, and I was on Sideshow Freaks, and that later became Collector Freaks and stuff like that. And that's how I did everything. So yeah, so it's definitely changed everything. But I think from a practical standpoint, I think it's a perfect storm of Disney Plus came out like not that long ago in relative terms. It came out in November 2019 is when it launched, right? And then, 6 months later, or not even 6 months later, we entered the pandemic and stuff like that. So I think it's a perfect storm of Marvel going a new direction where now they're going streaming, and because I think I read somewhere that the Phase 4 has more hours of content than the entire Infinity Saga or something like that. I think I read something like that.
Yeah.
So they went to that kind of model combined with COVID stuff. I mean, I think it's starting to clear up now, but I mean, there's still container shipping in ports. Material is still hard to get. Manufacturing is still hard. So I think it's a perfect storm of a ton of content and then manufacturing delays that are causing this whole 2-year waiting thing, which sucks.
Definitely, man. It does.
From a standpoint of inundation with everything, yeah, dude, 100%. I wish I had the numbers of from 2015 to 2019 they released this many figures or announced this many figures, and then so on and so forth. But I remember getting figure, what is it, when they did MMS 300 or something like that, and I remember that not too long ago, and now we're at 6 something. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's definitely getting overwhelming. I'll have to agree with Will on that one. It's I used to buy a lot more figures than I did, and it was fine. And you get them in, and you get to play with them, display them, do whatever, and then, then you wait, or you buy some old ones, or you do whatever, get into other stuff. But now it's here's another shipping notice, here's another shipping notice, here's another shipping notice. So you barely have time to depending on how many you buy, to enjoy them. So yeah, it's definitely a lot.
It's really becoming one of those situations where it's challenging now to because you don't never know what to expect. Now we've seen it, it's so convoluted that lately we haven't even seen, again, no production photos or anything, so we don't know what to expect, nothing to wake up for. I don't even get messages from Riley. I haven't got messages from Riley almost 2 to 3 weeks. You know what I mean? It's been a minute, so nobody really knows anything. I'm gonna skip around here real quick, because Payne, because I want to go to you, Payne, in a minute here, because statue collecting and how long you've been collecting statues and how many IPs are out there. That's going to be an interesting question, and I want you and Will to kind of tag team on this one as well. But I'm gonna go for instance, people like Cam. You started collecting when?
Shit. The worst time, right in the beginning of COVID. So yeah, it was in 2019 is when I got my very first Hot Toys figure.
Yeah.
Damn. Crazy timing. Yeah. It was great, man. I mean, you want me to elaborate more?
Yeah. Okay. I need you. How do you? I guess the main thing is, how do you feel? Do you feel like a lot of these streaming services at the moment are influencing some of the delays that we're actually seeing, because there's an influx on properties and figures and stuff like that? Movies, movies. It seems like the streaming is now battling with theatrical releases. There's a battle back and forth, and that's causing more marketing and stuff like that, and there are more products. So it's becoming a thing.
Yeah, it's just a whole cluster of discrepancies, I guess you can say, through the whole entire thing. Because at one point we were looking at Iron Man #1, which came out in 2008, 2009. And then we didn't get another actual Marvel movie until about 2 years later, which was Incredible Hulk in 2010, and then followed by Iron Man #2. But following that, I mean, we started seeing a fluctuation of Marvel and comic book movies every single year, and then another 3 months after that. So like you said, it was fun kind of waiting for our figures as well as waiting for the next movie to come out. But now it's just there's so much content out there that I'm pretty sure we can't keep up, and also the manufacturers can't keep up too.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're so far behind right now, if you think about it. And then they're still exploring into more stuff, which is the hard part. Because think about it. So we're about to go into Werewolf by Night, right? October 7th, right around the corner, right? Everybody knows the cover of that. You see Man-Thing on there. Well, Man-Thing goes into Midnight Suns. Man-Thing also goes into Howard the Duck as well.
Yep.
It's so much more content that people don't know that they're going to be getting in the next coming years is a scary thing, because it's man, the more content we get, the longer we're gonna be waiting for our figures. And that's the hard part about it. And I think that's what collecting has become now, more than anything, a waiting game.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's definitely a good answer, bro. It is. It's definitely a waiting game. Riley, I wanted to give you some good news because then we're jumping into the bad news, which is everything that we're talking about right now with all the delays, bro. Like, where do you sit on this, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on the same foot with a lot of people are saying. I mean, streaming, it's been great because I'm kind of on both sides because I do like how we're getting streaming shows. Cause it's kind of nice when we were in that like COVID moment, we were able to like watch shows like indoors. But there has been a lot. Like I'll agree with that. Like with Marvel specifically, there's been just like an influx of shows, and it's kind of like I'm the same with Will. I didn't watch Miss Marvel yet. She-Hulk I didn't really care for as much, but it's like I'm saying, it's kind of just putting a harp on Hot Toys because they just have so many figures that just still need to be announced. So it's just only going to keep on coming. And it's kind of scary because like, yeah, we just have so many announcements. And honestly, these past few weeks, other than like exclusives, we haven't really gotten releases. Like really, there hasn't really been blog posts like of photos. I think the last like photos I remember were like Cable, and that was a while ago. I think that was like almost a month ago. So it's been a little while since we've seen like some big releases. I know there's been exclusives, but yeah, right. And I'd hope that they'd start to ramp it up by like, yeah, maybe by the end of this month or next month, given that we're almost in quarter 4 and I think there's like still figures that we're waiting on that have been heavily delayed, and especially Loki. I know Will wants that Loki. Hopefully we get it soon. But yeah, it's the fact like that, like Loki, that movie when it came out, it was Endgame, and we're still waiting on that. And then we just on top of that, we just have like She-Hulk literally just came out. Like we got that figure's probably going to come. I'd imagine we're going to get a whole bunch of other figures from other TV shows. So it's just further going to bring it back to all these older figures that are just kind of getting swept under the rug because all of us are looking at the newer content at the moment. That's the way I see it.
Definitely, man. This Loki, it's gonna be a wow. It's definitely gonna be a wow. Costa, man,
bro, it's coming tomorrow.
Hopefully, man. I don't know. Hopefully it does. Costa, man, what you think about this, bro?
Man, I remember a simpler time when they were saying back in the day that there were going to be over 300 channels on cable. And now we just have, that's they. And I was like, what? 300 channels? How is that going to be possible?
Yeah, how's that going to work? Yep.
And they did it. And now we have just like content. And honestly, I never thought I would say this. And I'm going to have to agree with my wife. She like checked out of Marvel years ago because it was just like a movie every few months. And it's just hard to, keep tracking. And she's a big Marvel head too. And now with the TV shows, it is a lot. And one of the things I worry about is not getting some characters that we might have gotten if we weren't getting so many shows. Because you're going to get the main characters.
Yeah.
At least you hope. We haven't seen anything from Ms. Marvel. Like they haven't dropped anything from that, and I don't know with the actor's age, maybe they won't. But yeah, it is a lot, and you want everything. And sometimes you're afraid to not get something because then down the road, it'll be sold out and you can't get it until 5 years later when they reissue it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Right.
But but yeah, it is a lot of content, and I'm glad like Star Wars we're at the beginning of them just like gonna be hammering us away with content because we have Bad Batch, we have the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, we have a bunch of stuff coming from them, but yeah, I'm just worried that that's why we like I think we talked about it before we started. That's why we haven't seen Wong yet, or Okoye, or a lot of these other like co-stars. Like they starred in the movie. Like there's a lot of characters that we like, and how many people are working at Hot Toys? They're trying to pump out head sculpts and designs and everything. They're not like a huge massive company, so they can only do so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just I am excited about the Loki though.
Yeah. I mean, definitely hopefully I'm hoping Will's right. I'm hoping. We'll see. We gotta cross our fingers and just hope we'll see it. Before I get over to you, Payne, real quick, I just want to address these super chats, man. We got a $5 super chat by Articulated Photography. Hey, what's up, fam? Who else is desperately waiting for Cyborg? Me. I'm definitely want that figure. I cannot wait till its release. It's going to be incredible. There's a matter of time. It's just like a waiting period for us. And then we also got a $1.49 super chat by Anthony Gonzalez. He is a member of the channel, man. Thank you so much for that, man. Just, actually, it's a super sticker, not a super chat, but a super sticker. Thank you very much for that, man. Nice. And your membership as well. Pain. So let me ask you a question, bro. Like, especially being, and this is for basically both you and Will, but I want to direct this towards you right now. As far as the statue game is going, do you think this has had an effect on the statue community?
I think it's very different for what you guys are seeing, because like, number one, for me, I'm happy that we have all the streaming, because I have people in my life who are immune compromised, have some disability, so they can't actually get to the theater. So all these explosion of streaming services just brought them content they otherwise would never have seen. So that has been a plus. But in terms of statues, it's a little bit different, man, because in the statue world, I would say there's a lot more comic stuff. Like, all your customs are usually comic, and there's less movie stuff, because honestly, Hot Toys, I don't know how they did it, and what they must have done is they must have signed those deals years ago with character likeness and actor licenses and things like that. Because, like, for example, Queen Studios, they actually did manufacture the I Am Iron Man when he's sitting down, that scene, that iconic scene, but they can't get the RDJ license for a head sculpt anymore because he's no longer with Marvel. So, like, but Hot Toys got it years and years ago, and they must have signed something in perpetuity, because he will get residuals and you guys keep getting your figures. So at least in the movie, like, pop culture statue form, if you're going 1/3, or you're going silicon and the rooted hair, or you're even going 1/4, the thing about the statue world, it's hard because, number one, not many companies can nail the actor likeness. Like, they really, really can't. Prime One, until they partnered with Blitzway, has done a piss poor job this entire time. And even the Blitzway ones are like, okay. You compare that with a Queen, there's night and day. Like, the difference is very apparent. And even, say what you want about J&D, some people will not agree, but the likenesses are still there. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that the explosion of streaming has changed the statue as much, only because statues, like, when you guys, like, there are times, like, for a statue collector, if you're looking at these prices a pop and you get 3 shipping notifications at the same time in the same month, it's heavy, it's a lot. So with them, they're not going to straight up manufacture something that isn't going to sell, period. So you're not going to get, like, I bet you're barely going to get a She-Hulk from the TV show, because more than likely nobody wants it. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing too is, like, for example, Queen doesn't have likeness licenses for the TV shows. So they can manufacture Wanda, Scarlet Witch from Endgame and Infinity War. They cannot manufacture her from WandaVision. Is that in terms of, like, the suit and everything? So I think the statue game is a little bit different because, number one, can you get the license rights? Number two, are you going to make enough of this that will actually sell at whatever price of pop that you actually profit? It's a little bit different with figures, I think, because the entry point, the point of entry is a little bit different. But I think that it's still going to be your movie stuff are still going to be your big heavy hitters. Like the stuff that people, like, everyone loves Endgame. That's why they're still making Endgame statues. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be how that works, I think.
See, and that interesting, because, and that's a good point. Like, with statues, it is sort of different because, like I said, they don't make, like, sometimes they make exclusive volumes, like, whereas basically they're like, okay, this is what we're make, this is the amount that we're going to make, this is what we're going to go in production with. You get it now or you don't get it. So it's not like a high production run like it is for a 6 scale figure, Whereas, there's just still sitting around, especially for like J&D. They release something. If you don't pre-order that joint quick, you might as well just, it's gone. Like it's out. I mean, have you got any J&D pieces, bro?
Nah, man. At one point, I had the Joker on pre-order, the Heath Ledger, but I ended up canceling it just because there was some issues with the supplier, and like a lot of them were arriving damaged, and I was like, I ain't taking the chance. I'm pretty much out on 1/3 at this point, unfortunately, just because of the space I have, and I pretty much have mostly 1/4 and 1/2 scale. So I pretty much stuck to quarter scale at this point. But Payne raises a couple of really good points, honestly. I mean, Prime 1 is really good with video game character likeness. They're really good with that because it doesn't have to be perfect, right? It doesn't have to be like, as long as it's pretty close to the video game character, you're going to be happy, right? Because it still looks like a video game render and it's going to look good, right? But if you take like a real life character, like Joaquin Phoenix Joker or someone like that, or Heath Ledger Joker, right? It's got to be like lifelike. It's got to look a little more realistic, right? And Prime 1 does, even with Blitzwaite's help, struggles to do that with final products. The protos look great. I mean, like the Joaquin proto was really, really good. And the final turned out okay, but not as good as the proto. And same with Heath Ledger. The Heath Ledger proto was really good. And the final product, I think, does not look very good personally. But it is night and day, like Payne was saying. I mean, like the Queen, I have the Queen Artist Edition Joker behind me, the Heath Ledger. It's beautiful. I mean, it's the best Heath Ledger likeness I've personally ever seen. Like it's really, really good. And the hair is really good. But as far as streaming is concerned, you don't really see a lot of streaming statues. That's mostly like a Hot Toys thing. I mean, it's funny. Maybe I've just never really thought about that, but you don't really see that. I mean, like even the statues Queen's coming out with for Marvel now, they showed Loki. That's from Avengers, right? They showed the Wanda. That's not even from the show as far as I'm aware. So, I think you're seeing like characters from those shows, but in different iterations. So it's definitely a thing. I mean, and Prime 1 doesn't even have Marvel or Star Wars. So they're making DC and whatever else they can get their hands on, PlayStation stuff, right? J&D, they're making mostly DC. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thing. But with statues, you're not seeing as many streaming things like that. I mean, there's always going to be delays. Like as Payne knows, there's always going to be delays with statues. I mean, it just happens, I think, with everything. Sometimes you get a nice little, it's arriving early, but more often than not, it's probably delayed too. So I mean, one thing I will say, just to sum it up with statues, I like to buy, because Payne was asking earlier about Sideshow. When I can, I do like to buy from Sideshow with statues because there's just a lot of risk for breakage and they're expensive. So if they don't pad your shipping costs, it is nice to buy from them if you're in the States, because it's like, I like having that security. Like I bought Kratos, for example, Prime 1, beautiful. One of the head sculpts had a slight, like some scratches on the back of the neck, right? They took care of me and they gave me a gift card, or they would replace it. But I was like, not the end of the world. Probably not going to use the head anyway. So I'll just take the gift card, right? That kind of stuff is really cool. I like having that security. So, it is really nice in that sense. But yeah, it's a good question. Like streaming doesn't really seem to impact statues as much, just because I think it's the nature of who has the licenses. So since Sideshow has the licenses for probably the big heavy hitters, Marvel and Star Wars, for statues, that's not really a huge deal, right? They're going to make pretty much Darth Vader and Iron Man and a few others. That's probably it. Maybe that's T'Challa. But, the bigger dogs like Prime 1 and J&D and Queen and Iron Studios and stuff, they don't really seem to dip their toes into streaming that much, unless it's like maybe a 10 scale Iron Studios or something. That's about it.
Right.
And that's the one thing that I didn't, especially with statues. I guess with the production run plays a very significant role, because the thing is they're smart in that aspect because they don't overextend themselves. You know what I mean? To whereas they know that as soon as they release a piece, people are going to go after it. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? With your Prime 1, Queen Studios, J&D. They release some very, very intricate pieces, decent pieces, and they know that as soon as that actually hits, people will buy because there's an interest there. You know what I mean? Whereas, with 6 scale, the 6 scale community itself, that high volume, that high production run, and then on top of that, it sits and we see how much they take a loss on these pieces. But it is an oversaturation because, again, when you have access to basically the kingdom, but it's just like a price you pay being a company who has that access, especially when that access wants turnaround, when they basically want the product. when they're like, okay, we're putting out this, we're putting out that, we need you to make this, we need you to make that. And you know that when you get like basically some of these properties, if it's Marvel or if it's Star Wars, check that box. Disney's gonna be right on there. So you know that look, we want our money. Like we really, really want our money. So we need you to produce this now. So I mean, I was thinking about that because we've been talking like, yo, do we think that Disney is really affecting Hot Toys in a sense, as far as, you know, what they want? You know, we want productivity, we want these pieces, we want that pieces, you know what I mean, that piece, you know. So, you know, again, you know, it is a rush to get this out. And because they actually get out those prototypes, it's like the production run on the stuff that we're waiting, you know, on kind of takes a back seat for a little bit. So it's just like it's a hard situation.
So let me piggyback on that real quick too, because the other thing with streaming is, you know, you're streaming you know, She-Hulk is 6 episodes, or WandaVision or Loki, those were like all 6 episodes, 8 episodes here and there. That by the time you produce the statue, those 6 episodes have been long forgotten in the vernacular of your consciousness. You're not thinking about, oh, episode 3 of Loki was so cool and I've got the perfect representation of that. You're not thinking about that. So, and the other thing too is manufacturing specifically on statues has gone up like a lot. And I'll give you a good example. The like, for example, Vampirilla now from Prime 1 started, it's $15.99. But to produce the same type of statue year and a half ago was like $10.99 or $12.99. Or I'll give you a good example. The Prime 1 Batman Beyond is $14.99. It's a much bigger statue than a Vampirilla sitting down that costs more. Here's why. When they make this, they do cost plus pricing, which means they're going to tag MSRP at whatever manufacturing cost is at the time that they lock it in at. Batman Beyond release was, the PO dropped recently, but it was announced over a year ago that they sat on. So the pricing, like everything that was announced this year from the third Prime 1 showcase, started at $15.99 because that's where the pricing manufacturing costs were. But the Batman Beyond from a year ago was locked in. Same with like there's that silver edition Wonder Woman Rebirth that's $10.99 for a third. That thing is basically repaint off of something that was launched 2.5 years ago. So the pricing is going to matter on when they lock in manufacturing costs and then MSRP. And then so now you're waiting a year and a half, 2 years for the piece on top of that. So that's why I'm going back to by the time you play you factor in the cost of production, your manufacturing costs, and you know how much of a 6-episode streaming thing is going to sit in your subconscious that you're actually going to want to buy this thing. That's the other thing. You know what I'm saying? So this thing is beautiful.
This thing is beautiful. It was really fairly priced. It was like $600 bucks.
Yeah, like
it was
$600. Yeah. Good deal. Good pose.
And it's coming soon, right? Like isn't already.
Yeah. I think I saw
early.
photos of the final or something, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Like
This tempted me, Leo. This one really tempted me.
Hold up. Wait a minute. So which one, Raleigh? What's that? You were getting that Batman, right?
What? No.
You're not getting a Batman.
He's getting the J&D Batman.
Yeah. No. Just kidding.
Raleigh, yeah, you getting something, bro. I know you are, bro.
Yeah,
which one was it? Was it the Batman?
It was that one. Yeah, I put it on pre-order. Yeah, I did.
And that was from Queen Studio.
No, the J&D one.
Oh, so it's the J&D one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a high roller, bro.
Okay.
I went hard for my first one. If it stays that way, we're gonna find out. Bro.
Wait, Riley, which one did you get again?
The Batman from J&D, like just the suit one, like him in the
Bale
suit.
or Pattinson?
No, the Pattinson, because I love the movie.
Good. That one looks good.
That one looks. We're gonna see how the final turns out, but I saw like it at a convention and it looks really good.
Nice. Yeah, that's the thing. J&D, you gotta see it in hand. Like photos, no matter what, it cannot capture. Like I did a pretty crazy photo spread of the Catwoman, but it was all right. But you see it in hand, it changes everything. So yeah, I got Harley and Mara on order. I'm looking forward to those.
Damn.
Oh, so you getting that mirror?
After I saw Catwoman, I immediately got Mara because I was like, this That girl
Next
hot.
level, man.
That girl hot. I don't care if she's crazy. She's hot.
Crazy.
Doesn't matter. She hot.
Definitely. So, all right, I have a question, and I'm gonna bounce back in between, statues and six scale collecting because, like I said, it stands to, had a conversation. So, Sean, quick question, bro. Like,
So,
do you see? All right, for instance, we know that right now, for me, my focus is always Star Wars first. Okay, so Star Wars is always there for me first when it comes to like figure collecting. You know what I mean? It takes up precedence. Even though I'm a Marvel comic book collector, Star Wars figures themselves are always going to actually take up precedence over anything when it comes to that. So again, with the influx, we got Andor that's out now, right? The focus is on that. We know that, I think first quarter of the new year, Mando comes out, right? So we have that. We have Ahsoka. We have that. What is it? It's the animated version. The animated show comes out, I believe, is that next in November or December? I believe
something like that. I can't remember.
It's one of those. So with that, and we know that's happening, and they're going to be pulling from that IP, and we're going to see probably some figures from Andor. Do you think that because we just got announcements that Ahsoka was delayed. We got announcements that Bo-Katan was delayed. Can you see that getting delayed even? Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you even think those figures currently right now are going to see light of day as far as release time anytime soon before the new year?
Before the new year? No. Definitely not, man. No. I mean, well, I don't know, dude. Strangers, it's hard to pinpoint what they're gonna do. Hot Toys is gonna do because they will push everything back, and then all of a sudden they'll release a Chrome Stormtrooper, a different Chrome Stormtrooper, and then pull things up 6 months and push other things 8 months back. So, I think if they were smart to ride the hype train, they definitely would get out, the Rosario Ahsoka and all that stuff to roll into Mando season 3 and all that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know anymore what they're doing. I hope they do, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think so. They usually do like a dump at the end of the year with figures, you know what I mean? So they might release that one and a few others, but, I don't know, man. It's hard to know what they do. I hope they do, but my hopes are not high. I'll put it that way.
It's crazy because all we have been doing now, Riley, is speculating. Like that's all we've been doing is it's the conversations now, and rightfully so. Like, and I don't think anybody's wrong for that. It's just all speculations right now because it's like we're guessing what we might see soon. Because that's pretty much all we have right now is to guess that, okay, we might get a release on this. We might get a release on that. But then what we think always backfires because then Hot Toys does the complete opposite.
Dude,
or something else. And all we've been seeing the last couple of weeks is reveals. You know what I mean? Yep. Dipping back in the well on those Iron Man figures, dipping back in the well on like just like what we want to call like OG figures. You know what I mean? In a sense. And with these streaming properties coming on now, like more content, more out there. What do you think? Do you think these are going to be delayed further, or do you think that it's going to be anytime soon?
I seriously hope it doesn't, but it's kind of like you said, just with so many shows coming around the corner, they're kind of just getting prepared for it. Because it seems like when the shows come is usually like a couple weeks of when it airs, they already have the figures ready. So that kind of tells you that they already have worked on the previous figures before the show even came out. So I hope that wouldn't happen, especially with this piece, because this is gonna be an epic piece, bro. I can't wait till it comes out. But I really do hope it's just a double-ended sword because I'm a newer collector, so I came in more like kind of like with what Cam said, like near the COVID time. That's back when I started collecting like a year and a half ago, and I wasn't in it back before when there was only movies, but I feel like when there was that time when it was just movies, you kind of got more from those franchises because that's the only things that were out. That was the only content that they had. But now that we're kind of seeing all these shows, it kind of blocks some figures from being made. I feel like even with like TV shows, any of the TV shows, if it was back then when we didn't have these streaming, we might have even seen like Vulture from Spider-Man. That probably could have came out by now, but who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe because of all the influx of shows and stuff, they kind of have to paddle back a bit and not drop it. And even like Catwoman from the Batman, that movie, maybe that would have came out earlier. Who knows? But it's interesting because you kind of just have to expect the unexpected with Hot Toys. I mean, like we expect certain stuff, but it always goes south, and we get a Morbius. So you can never really know what Hot Toys is gonna end up doing. It's funny, but no, it's like you said, you can't really like call the shots anymore. They're kind of just doing their own thing, and at the very moment, I would say they're doing the things that can make them the most money, because with the recent announcements we've gotten, they've all really been reissues, like 2.0s, stuff that they can really just pump out without having to do some massive NRD, different materials, etc. Because probably due to the economy, they're trying to get as much money as they can at the moment. That Batman one, like no one really was like hunting, like asking for that tactical suit Batman, and we got it like last week, and it just dropped. So, and I think that was more of just like, it was Batman Day, but they could have done maybe something different, something else. But I get it. People do like the Ben Affleck. I'm happy for people getting that. But like I said, I think they're kind of just more so reprinting the same figures, but adding a little upgrades here and there. But they're kind of going through. That seems to be like the constant thing we're seeing right now near the end of the year. A lot of the 2.0s reissues. It's interesting.
Very interesting, man. And so I wanted to pull this figure up here for a particular reason. Once I get to it, it's the chrome plated Mando that we're going to actually see from Hot Toys soon. Now I bring that up because of the simple fact that, bro, like, when is that slated to release? Like, when are we basically supposed to see that chrome plated?
Soon, right?
It was October.
I thought it was by the end of the year. Yeah.
You would think, right? So basically, it should have actually been soon. And if they were smart, it would be real soon. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because if we get the next season, soon, as projected, like, who knows what turn it's going to take. Like right now, we know he basically has the dark saber. We have Bo-Katan supposed to show up in season 3 as well. You know what I mean? Which there's going to be a primary focus on them. We ain't even got, a Grieve Karga yet at all, and he got a new robe. You know what I mean? So again, do you think like literally it's crazy? So with that basically being said, and I'm gonna ask this to you, Cam, do you think that they need to actually get this chrome plated out sooner than later, especially considering the simple fact that season 6 is coming?
I mean, I would say so. I mean, I think with all of the figures or all of the different announcements that they haven't released, they need to get the ball rolling, period. Because like you said, there's so much content that'll be dropping in the next month or two, that we're going to be seeing. And it's just going to add to the back orders of the actual orders that are out right now. I would think that we would see a lot of announcements, but I think it's going to be a really, really huge lack of releases, though, for even like Sean said, all the way up until the end of the year, honestly.
I forgot about these damn blurgs. Damn. I forgot about those too.
So many, man. It's just too many. It's like, it's never too many, but at the same time, it's like for them to be able to keep up with the pace.
Yeah.
Nah. They're but it's not a hole that they dug themselves into, but
yeah,
I would say just, when they took it on, I don't think they realized how many were actually going to be coming out as well with the streaming services, so it's like, because like Disney is a whole nother beast now, if you think about it, like it didn't used to be like this. So
yeah. And that's the thing, is because it's crazy. Like we're waiting on, and I mentioned the blurgs and Quill. We're waiting on that, and Quill's dead.
Spoilers,
Spoiler,
bro.
man.
Dude, come on. Man, I haven't seen this show yet. Who's this guy?
Leo, I am going to get this, though.
You're going to get this?
You can't do it, Will.
As much as I am a major hypocrite, I did sell my previous one, and I'm going to get this one.
You're going to get this one?
Because I only have the Durasteel Mando right now, so I need a Beskar
This
Mando.
photo hurt you guys. I remember.
I know. It broke my heart. It broke my heart, bro.
It did. But it makes sense because I'm getting it for the head sculpt. You know what I mean? Because I want to actually put that head sculpt on the transport trooper. That's the idea to have. You know what I mean? But by the time we get it, he's going to have a Last of Us beard. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
He will.
Straight up. Like, it's just complete change. And that's why I'm like, with a figure like this, you would want to get it out sooner than later. I mean, granted, there's probably not going to be too much change to the armor itself, or will it be? You know what I mean? Will that actually change? Because then if you release this later and then that one comes out and you reveal something more interesting or intricate about the armor, then the focus is not going to be on that figure. It's going to be on what's releasing from that show. You know what I mean? So it affects it in so many different ways. You know what I mean? Like, that's the strange part. What do you think, Costa?
They're going to change the armor in one little there's going to be a change. I'm sure Hasbro's like, you have to change the armor, even if it's a plate. We need different Mandalorian figures here at Hasbro. So yeah, they do need to get this out soon, because if they do have a different, if they do have the armor different, and then they do the same shit that they did before with this, where they released the other Mando in November, and then like a month later they announced this one, you're gonna have a lot of pissed off people.
Yep.
So yeah, it definitely needs to come out before the end of the year. It also makes sense because you're like anticipating the new show coming out in February. There's gonna be people so hyped for it. They're gonna want to buy this. It's. I mean, this at the moment has like everything you would want in a Mando figure. The spear, the dark saber. It's nice and shiny. Hopefully in person, you do have that shine, and of course the head sculpt. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to do the transport trooper thing, because you want your Mando with the helmet on. Damn it.
Yeah.
So this is the way.
Definitely it is, man.
That's the way to say it. There you go.
It is. But I mean, it is. Will, I remember we were on PJ show.
Bro, we were so goddamn pissed about this, and I was like, I will never buy this figure. I was like, I'm putting my foot down, and now I'm like,
times have changed.
I know. I'm like, I'm the biggest goddamn hypocrite in the world.
Bro, but you know what? In fairness, all in fairness, though, we can say that we actually had the version that we have now. We can say that we stuck to our guns. It's just that as time passed, you realize, okay, I do need this now.
Yeah, I sold it.
He got rid of his.
I sold
it.
it.
But what I'm saying is, you can say that you had it. You know what I mean? You did have it. You had it for a while, so you nurtured it for a little bit until you realized that something was a bit better. Me, I'm not going to sell because I don't sell the figures anyway. I'm just going to get this particular piece because, again, I mean, I want that head sculpt. It's going to make sense. I haven't gotten I have not actually got the Dark Troopers yet at all. I haven't gotten any one of them yet. Like,
because they're on Sideshow now, I think. Like,
yeah, they are, and I haven't actually gotten one yet. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's out. I mean, again, right now we know he has the N1 Starfighter, but Tom, they actually decided to release that one. That one's going to blow up. Yeah. So you never know. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's crazy now how much it has been affected, like, collecting in a sense. Now, Payne, I know, like, in the statue community, we talk about this all the time. You've been saying it. It hasn't really affected that. Like, I'm basically waiting on, what I'm waiting on, Payne. You already, if Payne, if you don't already, punchline, you damn right. I am waiting on my punchline.
That is a beautiful piece, man.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God,
beautiful piece. Yeah, worth the money, definitely.
So Payne, I need you to do me a favor, because there's somebody on here, right? There's somebody on here who. So let me just take you through this real quick. So I went to California a couple months back, and I went to Disney. And Payne, we were talking about lightsabers and stuff like that. So I did get Luke, but someone was trying to actually get me to stack up on those sabers.
And you should have.
That was me. Did you do it?
It was. Hold up, but somebody took your place while we were there, and his name is exactly, bro. Like, he did it in such, and you heard him talk just now, right? He did it in such a really monotone way that I was like, damn. all I can think about, even during celebration, was how many sabers I need to get because of this guy.
All of them.
So
how many did you buy? By the way, how many did you buy? How many? Did you
I end up getting one. Well, here's the thing: I got one, but I have two more coming.
Ooh,
I got two
what you
more
got?
coming.
What you got coming?
So I got the Asajj Ventress.
Nice.
I had to get the Asajj. And then Vader. I had to get Vader.
Yeah,
because
nice.
I needed Vader, bro. I had to definitely get those. So yes, yeah. Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much for that, bro. I know
hey, I just got a 3-pack from D23, so I'm loaded, dude. I'm loaded up on
sabers, bro. See, Payne, before I went, Payne was like, well, you need to get this one. And you should get that one. So if you don't get this one, you're gonna feel bad once you leave that you didn't get it. And I thought I was out the clear until I got here.
And then you were gonna pay more for it later.
You're right.
Which is what will happen. You would leave the park. You're gonna go, man, I wish I bought that. And then now you got to send somebody back in there to buy it for you, and then you're gonna charge you a 15% fee.
Mario.
Mario.
If anything I need to get, I just send Mario. Be like, yo, Mario. Yeah, like that. Yeah, Mario, can you get that for me, bro? Mario,
Yeah.
Mario got me. You know what I mean? So I'm not too stressed about it. As long as we got Mario, we'll have everything that we need. But Payne, what I need you to do right now, because Sean, you don't collect statues, do you, bro?
I have very few. I think I have like 5 or 6. I have a couple on the way, like the Mythos Vader and the Last Ronin brother set from PCS.
Last Ronin's cool.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, I have like 4 or 5. I would love to collect them if I had a basement like y'all. I'd love to collect them, but I ain't got that. So yeah, I have to limit it.
Hey, but Payne, does he need a basement?
I don't have a basement.
Right, exactly. So you don't have.
Yeah, I just got one room.
I got 3 Ghost Riders.
Exactly.
Oh, damn.
I got 3 kick-ass Ghost Riders. I don't have a basement.
Well, shit.
Nice.
Send me
Now
one
you're
of those,
enabling Sean.
and I'll put it over there on that one. Yeah, okay, perfect.
So wait, hold that thought. I got 2 questions for you guys. Or 1 question really. Oh, that Mando stuff that you guys were all talking about. I want all of that shit with the hit skull, with the dark saber in like a 1/4 or 1/3 scale, and I'll be a happy camper with a Grogu. But I think Riley brought it up. That Morbius figure, apparently it comes with Jared Leto's signature or something. Does anybody give a shit? I'm curious.
No.
Does it?
Probably.
Does anybody care?
There's a limited edition version.
Yeah, there's a
that
version
comes
you can
with
buy
the
that comes
signature.
with his
Yeah,
signature.
and
it's like
Which is interesting.
I didn't even know it. That's how much interest I had in it. I didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, I want
figure
the
is-
figure. Don't get me wrong. I do want that figure.
I want it
Because
too. Yeah.
I'm separating the figure from the film. That's when there's a bad film. I separate the figure from the film because of the lore of the character and the comic accuracy. I take that as a comic version, and I can do with it what I will, especially in the Spider-Verse if I want to. The movie was bullshit, but the effects in the movie was kind of dope.
It's kind of like Carnage, right? Because
Yeah.
you're gonna get Carnage, and you didn't like Venom.
I didn't like them, but yeah, I got to get a Carnage, bro. You got it. So I like Carnage so much that I actually got Carnage. I got the figure, plus I got the 1/4 scale statue. So,
Oh, you got the Sideshow. That one's
oh
nice.
hell yeah, bro! It was
That's a good one. Yeah, that's good. That's
And it was like
definitely good.
$600. It's really fairly
Yeah.
priced.
Yeah,
Yep.
fairly priced.
Yep.
Yeah. So then, and I think Sean should do it too. Sean, are you getting this?
No.
You should. I mean, you might as well get it, bro, because
I mean,
you
they are
Sean.
they are very cool.
You know you
Hey,
want it.
maybe
It's really
when
cool.
when I order my second wall of Modu cases and get DFs and some Max series, maybe I'll be able to do it. But then I
Yeah,
gotta
and you
go
should get that
Legos.
punchline too. You should definitely get that punchline.
Oh, you should definitely get that
Punchline, man.
punchline.
You don't like
I don't
punchline?
collect
That
DC, bro. I
punchline,
don't
that
collect
ES
DC.
is low.
Marvel
You don't
all
collect-
day.
You like
all day.
Marvel? Okay, cool.
Let's
You like
go.
Marvel?
Let's
So are you
go.
going to get that? What
You
about
know-
that? Because I think Queen Studios, didn't they say they're doing a Scarlet Witch?
Well, see,
Yes.
here's the thing.
Yep.
If
Dude,
See,
it-
I'm saying so
Oh,
you
got
can't
there.
talk.
Got you
I was-
there. Got you
this-
there. Got you there.
I was
Queens-
this close to ordering all 3 of the Iron Studios Sentinel
No.
deluxe pieces with all that stuff
Oh.
on there, but
Oh,
then
okay.
when I measured it out and how big that display would be to display all that shit, like I had to not do that. Also, it was like $7,000 for it all.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there's that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So Queen Studio Scarlet Witch. If anyone's a 1/4 scale person, I've been waiting on that one. I've been really waiting on that one. I really think that is one you don't sleep on because they released it and then they pulled it because people complain about the head sculpt. So you know they're gonna go back to the drawing board, and it's gonna come back, rooted hair and all, and that thing is gonna be banging, and the ES is still gonna be only 300. So if you really are into the end game thing and you want a figure of Wanda, that's gonna be the one to get, because you're not getting another one. Because the Iron Studios one that they did from the WandaVision show, that one looks like arse. That is not Elizabeth Olsen's face at all. That's like a chick cosplay, but it is not Elizabeth Olsen, and is way overpriced.
Paying that Queen Loki, I'm excited about.
Yeah, that's gonna be badass.
That thing looks badass. Yeah, real leather.
I like the
hair.
base. The base.
Yeah, the
awesome.
base all light up. Yeah.
Which one has the Marvel Comics license? Which one has the Marvel Comics license? Company?
I don't know.
No, Queen has a comic and the cinema, and then Prime 1 has the comic. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because if they ever did,
wait, no, Prime 1 doesn't do Marvel. I'm sorry.
If they had a straight up like Jim Lee, Jim Lee art, quarter scale, X-Men from his run, like that would be very, very tempting. That would probably PayPal paying for. Okay,
wow.
Okay, Mario.
Wow. Oh my God.
If they did that, that would be super duper tempting. I know they have some comic ones, but like very traditional Jim.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a few. I'm gonna send you a few.
Like that.
I got you.
Go for it, man. Go for it, dude.
I'll send you a few pictures.
You want my lightsabers? Do you want a few pictures of my lightsabers? Which one? Which Ahsoka ones do you want first? The Rebels or the Clone Wars?
I'll take the Ahsoka ones.
There you go.
Wait. I got a question for Sean. You're getting the new Mythos Vader?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You didn't PO it, did you?
I did.
Oh, I was gonna say, that thing gonna be, as soon as it drops, you're gonna be able to save a lot of money by not POing it.
Did they make 11,000, 10,000 of them or something?
11,000.
Yeah, right.
Like that thing you can get for like 25% off free shipping in like a few months. It's wait till Christmas.
I wanted the exclusive, so I was worried about that selling out, but yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what it is.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so here's the thing. Like I said, I don't want to keep everybody, and I know it's close to Will's bedtime. We get close to Will's bedtime, bro, because he's sleepy boy, man. So straight up, it's just, his bedtime. He gets real tired. So we don't want to. We definitely don't want to keep him. But all in all, like, so the last thing I want to actually kind of touch on, and this is basically real quick. Do you think? Okay, so all right. For instance, there is rumor. Now, there's rumor out there. Now, when we speaking to DC, there's rumor out there that Warner Brothers or Discovery is actually getting ready to sell, possibly sell Warner Brothers to Comcast, Xfinity. You know what I mean? So that's going to happen. Now, there's a lot of people pushing back against that because it's a monopoly. They like, if you bring it to them, then, we might actually see like an influx, or again, more jobs could be lost at that particular point. And then on top of that, will IPs take a back seat? You know what I mean? With everything. And there's going to be a disinterest. Do you think that with everything that's happening with Warner Brothers at the moment, again, the sell to Discovery, now Discovery, because rightfully so, they can sell it off now that they have the IP and the rights to do so. He can, you know what I mean, if he doesn't want it. And if, Comcast is bidding on it, they have enough money to do so, they can purchase it. Do you think with all of this that's actually happening, the problems that they're having with Ezra Miller, the problem that they're actually having with, just everything that we're actually seeing now, IPs being pulled, shows being canceled, do you think there's going to be less focus on DC right now? Like literally less focus on even producing more product from DC? Like we're going to see less. Now, the only thing that they have riding right now is, of course, the Batman. We know next month Black Adam drops, so of course people are going to be, they're going to release a Black Adam figure. Hot Toys will probably do it. We know Queen Studios or Iron In Arts is doing it. They're going to see statues everywhere. I think Prime 1's doing one, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing a third scale.
Black Adam.
They're doing Black Adam Prime 1 figure, which it looked pretty dope.
It looked good, yeah.
It did look good. But do you think that with all the confusion, everything that's kind of going on in the background, now that we found out that Ezra Miller, he created a cult, and the chick that he was with was that they were supposed to be bonded together because they can help usher in the apocalypse? It was crazy shit that I heard. Was insane.
There was only two people in the cult. There were only two people in the cult.
Yeah, right.
That's not successful.
That's
not successful at all.
That was insane. Like, do you think with that
Someone's sniffing the bath salts,
right? Do you think that we'll even see a less? I'll go to you, Costa. Do you think we'll see basically less interest now, like, or less focus on DC for a while because it is so convoluted and tainted at the moment?
Yeah, I heard the same thing about Discovery kind of just like stripping HBO Max down, stripping the DC releases. They said they could only release 2 more movies this year, so they picked Black Adam and this other movie, and then they pushed Shazam off into next year. So I see them. I really do think that they're trying to reduce, trying to streamline it. I don't know how they're going to increase the value or the valuation of it, but people do strip down companies, sell parts here and there, and make money that way. So yeah, I think that's what's happening right now. And Comcast getting it. I don't. Part of me is, since I'm like a Disney Parks guy, so
yeah.
Part of me, if Comcast is getting the WB license, does that mean that Island of Adventure is going to turn to DC and like Disney can get the Marvel licenses east of the Mississippi? Because that's what I really want.
To get all the licenses back from Universal.
So we can have them in all the parks. But they're totally stripping it down. DC is, I mean, I love Batman, so I'm glad at least we're gonna have, the sequel to the Batman, the shows that they were talking about, the Penguin show and everything. That seems like it's on the back burner. So for me, DC for me is the Batman. I'm glad we're still gonna get some of those. They're also like cutting the animation too, so that's kind of sad too, because DC animation is really good. So it's sad to see all this happen, but I'm afraid that for the next, at least like in 2020 till 2024, the DC licenses are going to be just simmering.
That's really a bummer, bro, because I mean, DC has some very interesting properties, man, like stuff that's, again, I'm a Marvel and DC fan, so there's a couple of things from it that I want, and to see something like this transpire, bro, it just kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth, because like you never know what's going to happen. Anybody else? What anybody else think?
No, I just think that we're already kind of going through it, honestly. I mean, they've been really quiet with DC. I mean, other than that Batman one we just got last week, all we've seen is the Batman, which was like months ago. So they've already kind of shown that they've been quiet with it. And even with particular IPs like the Suicide Squad, I mean, I think that did, like, it might have not done well in the box office, I think, but I think it was well perceived by a lot of people. So I was hoping that they'd do figures like the Harley Quinn. If they did the Bloodsport, I think Bloodsport would have been amazing. That would have been a really awesome announcement. We never really got that lineup. It was King Shark and was that it?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah,
that was it.
It's interesting. You get King Shark.
That was a power pose.
You'd think they'd kind of dive into that and at least give you a Margot Robbie, which is weird. So maybe it's like you just said, like kind of DC's like maybe in a tough spot, and Hot Toys are just like, you know what, we're kind of just gonna stay quiet a bit and kind of sit on the sidelines. I really don't like that, because I think, like you said, DC's potential is like there. They can give some amazing figures from Hot Toys, and it's just kind of a bummer. And even Peacemaker, I mean, we did get a figure from that, but didn't really dive into a whole line. It seems like that's kind of like that.
And that was like a response at that point. That was a response to, the simple fact that, again, everybody was clamoring over the show itself. On top of that, they put out that terrible head sculpt, but then they fixed it. You know what I mean?
Right.
This figure, it's like, I want it. It's Wonder Woman. I'll get anything that's a Wonder Woman figure. You know what I mean? I'm still Queen Studio. Actually, it's not even Queen Spec Fiction. I am still waiting on my Wonder Woman, man. I am. It's getting annoying. They said actually October going into November, possibly. I don't know. I just got to wait and see.
The 1 quarter.
What'd you say?
The 1 quarter Wonder Woman gal.
It's the one with the diorama base. Her with the shield. It comes with the shield in the actual
and the sword.
story.
I got the same one waiting. It's on a container.
Yeah.
It's probably on a container, and we're just waiting.
Who did you get it from?
Same place. I got it from Todd.
Oh, you got it from Spec Fiction. I'm just waiting on that.
Waiting.
Yeah, so it's a waiting period, but I cannot wait to get that. But I mean, I do want this figure because again, it's Wonder Woman. But I don't know, Will. Do I want it now, knowing that in arts?
That's kind of the tough question.
I wouldn't because I think you can wait on them. DC figures don't tend to stick in stock for too long because they don't make that many of them. So I mean, it could be, but I would wait and see what the InArt's going to offer. Because John already said it's not going to be golden armor, so it is going to be like the Wonder Woman, whether it's Wonder Woman 84 or the original Wonder Woman, it's going to be like a classic Wonder Woman suit. It's going to be. And I would wait and see what that's going to look like before this one. But that one's going to be rooted hair too. So I don't know if that's going to look good. But since you're about posing and that's important to you, like this one's going to be tougher with the sculpted
exactly.
hair, so.
But I want this because I want Cam to get it because I know Cam is.
Yeah, you know me.
He's the DC and Marvel guy.
He's a DC.
Oh yeah, man. I love DC man. You know how they. Keep
he doesn't even have any words.
I think so, like no, just like I just. Yeah, bro, like DC just kind of like, so DC was the reason why I got into collecting or even reading comics in the first place. But I just feel like they've just like made it so confusing for people to follow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just over the years. Like I have to sit here and watch the movie with my wife and she's like, oh, wait, I thought that was the other Batman. Oh, no, this is the Batman who used to be Edward.
This
and
is another
universe.
universe.
The Batman that makes the funny faces. He's not here right now. He's in the other universe. So I'm like, it's just so confusing to try to follow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like for them to try to restart now. And I think there was an article out there, they were talking about like the 10-year plan, which is like super vague, right? And they're like, oh yeah, we're going to put out a Static Shock and a Lobo movie. And it's like, but what about all the other characters you skipped? There's other characters that are the foundation of DC Comics, you know what I'm saying? Opposed to just jumping. I mean, I love Lobo. Great. But like,
but this, just like the core group, the core, exactly. Like you're missing out on them.
I'm like, why are we jumping? So,
and this, I have a strange feeling this is going to even be delayed for a while, bro.
Oh yeah,
I hope this comes early, man. It will be. Yeah.
This looks great though.
No, it does. It does. I'm glad it actually came out though. Oh well, it actually got announced. You know what I'm saying?
That likeness is like stunning. So it's spot on.
Yeah, it's a really good figure.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, hopefully, and again, LED light up feature. I mean, I hope we see it sooner than later. Hope they can just get their shit together, but I hope it comes before, pretty much any type of acquisition or all this other shit takes place, because I'm just kind of over that whole conversation. And again, I brought this up because again, it is something that is affecting, the streaming world does, like it does. It affects collecting, maybe not statues. And I know Payne and Will, y'all happy about that, but in the 1 to 60 scale collecting community, it really affects it because everything is delayed. You know what I mean? And we're seeing new properties, new figures pop up, new reveals, and less anything else. So that's pretty much why I wanted to kind of have this conversation, because it does all in all. It doesn't really affect like Black Series because they'll just drop whatever. It doesn't like anything in 112. Legoland as well. When's the next Bricks and Brews? When's?
I'm looking like probably middle of October, so about a month. So yeah, I'll let you know.
That's what my birthday month. Let's go.
Hey yo, there we go.
That's my birthday month. Let's go.
Get yourself the AT-AT or the Millennium Falcon and just start it, bro.
Yeah, I know. See, you starting that shit already. I the show. I wasn't talking about getting anything else, man.
They announced they're coming out with a UCS whatchamacallit, Mando ship.
Yep.
Whatever that is, I forgot the name. But yeah.
Razor Crest.
There you go. Yeah.
Razor Crest.
There you go. Razor Crest, yes. Thank you.
Payne, you do Legos, bro?
No. I don't really do anything other than statues because all the other collectibles are basically statue money, and I have a bad habit of buying things that are not cheap.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
that.
I don't. Yeah,
I see that, bro.
Like it's a bad I like delays because man, I ain't got no money on my wallet,
bro.
But that being said, I gotta ask you.
Yo.
If you're that big of a Gal fan, are you going to get the new J&D Wonder Woman of Gal in the classic in that suit? because that's what everyone's been wanting. 1/3 all silicon, right? Entire body silicon, rooted hair. Does that even tempt you? I'm curious.
It's going to be what, paying
It's
at
something
least
neat.
3,000 probably.
Probably. At
People paying
today's
for.
market, yeah.
It could be
Hopefully not.
3,500. Yeah.
It really depends on the price, of course. But are you even tempted? I'm curious. I'm definitely tempted because I like Gal, but
it's gonna be high, Leo. It's gonna be high.
look at it. Is he hiding? Like, or is he?
He's hiding behind his mic.
I'd be
He's
willing to
trying
bet
to
he's gonna say
contemplate-
no. I don't think he's gonna do it. No.
He's trying to figure out.
Man, because you know what? I was hoping I could get through the entire show. That's why I was trying to end it quick. I was hoping that I could get through the entire show
Nobody brings it up
without you asking me that question, bro. Because I mean, and come on, man, you put my business out there on the street. Toya's watching the show. You know that, right? She is right upstairs. And if I commit to anything, I'm going to get that conversation. We'll have a long talk as soon as
Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry, man. Sorry. Forgot.
No,
yeah,
don't say sorry.
It's too late.
Don't even say sorry.
I didn't even think about that. My bad, bro. My bad. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
Nah, bro. She probably bugging. Nah, I mean, listen. It looks good though, bro. It's gonna look good, and that's the problem. Like,
yeah,
missing out on that J&D golden armor, bro. That piece, oh my god, Will.
That goes really high now.
Yeah,
that thing is high as shit now. So it's sort of like
1.5 retail. Yeah,
I know, and yeah, bro. Like I can't. I don't know. At this point, I can't. I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
answer.
It's it's a big pill to swallow. That's for
it
sure.
is. It's definitely a big pill. And the thing is, I can't. Here's the thing, I can't see myself getting a J&D piece before Will. I can't. The reason why, because if I do it, then he's gonna be like, "Wow, really?" Like, and it's gonna be that conversation. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
Like,
I don't think I'm getting one layout because I don't have really room for third scale. I don't have any third scale anymore. So,
but you did have an interest in though.
I did. I almost, like I said, I pre-ordered Heath Ledger Joker, but then I ended up canceling it. So yeah, that was the one I wanted, but I ended up going with the Queen instead because it just, you know.
I'm not gonna lie. I had an interest in that mirror, bro, because I thought it looks good.
Oh yeah, it looks amazing, dude. J&D does really good work.
Really good, even though everybody calls it crazy. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, yeah,
it is what it is.
And like that Joker still came out pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with my Queen though, and it's a lot smaller and
you got it.
Well, not too much cheaper because the Queen Artist Edition was still kind of expensive. So
this is the Artist Edition. Because it's the rooted hair and everything.
Exactly. They only made 300, and it's rooted hair.
But that packaging that it came in,
dude, real nice.
That was
real nice paint. It's great.
That was premium.
I cannot be happier with it because when we had John on last Sunday for the interview, he was like, "Well, for those of you that have Queen statues, like, how do you think they came out when they got to you?" And I was like, "Well, I've only had 2 Jokers, and they've both been fantastic." He was like, "Well, there you go. That's what you can expect with InArt." And I was like, "Well, perfect." So yeah, I mean, this one came out great layout, just as good as the Proto. Yeah,
with that Joker coming soon, bro, already know I'm all in, so I can't wait for that. But anyway, guys, man, thanks for being on the show tonight. Thank you for the conversation, man. I had a lot of fun. Great conversation. And again, like I said, just for people out there, just know that there's a cause and effect to everything. You know what I mean? Like, and especially in the 6-scale community, again, there is an effect of these streaming shows and them being out there that they do basically affect some of the releases. Hell, we're having this conversation now. We have no idea. It's a Thursday night. Are we going to see a reveal or are we going to see a release?
Who knows?
We have no idea. You know what I mean? So we just got to kind of wait and see. But anyway, thank you guys for being on here. Pop Culture Living Room. What you got coming up next, brother?
I'm working on a prototype case that I'm probably going to reveal Sunday on my live stream show off. Also, if you want to come and not wait for Maji cases, you can make one of these cases. I show you how to make those, or I actually show you how to make, let's see, a Maji case from scratch.
Yo,
nice.
That's awesome.
So you don't have to wait for that either. And awesome. I made this one so that you could hang it up and use space on the wall that you don't have, or if that you have space on the wall.
I see what you're doing. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So so come by Sunday, see the new case that is going to be. I'm digging it. and I'm hoping you guys will dig it too.
Definitely, man. Thank you for being on the show, bro. Definitely, I'm gonna hit that up because we got some work to do because I need some things done. So thank you, man. Sean, aka the Enabler, bro. What's going on with you, man? What you got going on? When's Bricks and Brews?
Let's see here. I'll be on Mario Show LWO here soon. I think maybe even this Friday. I'm trying to work that out. Collectors Club coming up soon. Talking about comics, statues, etc. I'll be on that as well over on the CW. And then Bricks and Brews in the next month or so, a few weeks, probably mid-October. I'm out of town for a little bit, and then we'll get back to building. So love to have you on there. But other than that,
you already know I'm ready to go. We gotta get Will to get some Legos too. But
anytime, Will, come on, Will. Let's get you something small. Let's get something small like the Lego Falcon first. Come
on, you gotta do it though. Next up, cousin Cam, what's going on, Cam? What you got going on, man? What you got coming up on your show?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Shit, man, I just keep thinking about getting that Jared Leto Morbius figure at this point.
It signed.
Rumor on the street is it comes with a triple V-neck blouse.
Oh wow!
And I'm like,
that's exclusive.
Silky.
Word?
No. I'm lying. I'm spreading FUD. Yeah, man. So thank you for having me as always, bro. I'll be dropping another episode of the new if we do get a release or some type of announcement this week. And then I'll be putting out a poll based on the different cocktails that you guys want to see done. I've got 3 that are kind of queued up for the month of October, our spooky season. So I'm doing them basically Harry Potter based. So we're going to do butterbeer recipe. We're also going to do unicorn blood. And then we're going to do one from the famous TV show, I guess. Well, movie now or streaming service, Disney again. Hocus Pocus #2, Dead Man's Toe. So that'll be cool. Hope you guys can join me for that. And thank you for having me, man. And then I'll be here for a Collector's Lounge on Sunday with you as well.
Hell yeah. Big Brother's going to be on there with us on Sunday, so I can't wait for that. That's going to be incredible. Yeah, so he's going to be on the show, so we're going to definitely have a great show on Sunday, man. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Next up, we got the Human Party himself. You already know who it is. Riley, what's going on with you, bro? What you got going on, man?
Nah, man, nothing much. Again, Lyle, thank you for the invite. You assembled an amazing panel here. Awesome to see Payne jump in as well. It's good to meet you, man.
Got to bring Payne.
Yeah, you got to bring him, man. Got to bring him. It's a fun time. But on my channel right now, I mean, it's been a little slow. We haven't had a lot of hot toy content. I mean, we got some little releases here and there, but nothing huge, nothing. But I don't know, Lyle, you were getting me excited for something, so maybe something will come. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully. From what could be.
Yeah. Let me know. But again, we're just waiting here. I mean, school and work has been killing me. But and people have been asking KG. It's kind of the same with him. He's got a lot of. He's filming. He's with the ladies. He's doing all this stuff. So he's been busy, but he'll be back.
We already know that goes.
Yeah, right. And I just want to send a massive appreciation to everyone in the chat and everyone watching. It's been a lot of fun here content creating. And even when we don't have news like this, we just have amazing chats like right now. It's just a lot of fun just chilling out. On my channel, other than just chilling out, we had this review of this Spider-Man that I fell in love with, man. This Avengers Campus. If you guys haven't seen that. Oh yeah, the churro. I should have had it in my hand. I should have gotten it. But it's an amazing figure. If you guys haven't already, it's on my channel and Riley Reviews. And that was a fun video that I made. So if you guys want to check that out, it's gonna be on Riley Reviews and on my Instagram as well. I've got it on Instagram. So it was a lot of fun. Thank you again, Lyle. And everyone have a great night.
As always, man. Appreciate it.
And also to piggyback on that, we're trying to get Riley to come out to Frankensons as well with Mario and Tobor and a bunch of other people.
Yep, we're planning that. So maybe we'll do like some video for that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Look
set that up.
at that. There he is. There's the look.
I'm not gonna let Sean tempt me, man. He's gonna get me to buy stuff. I'm staying away.
Oh, and Mario will do that. So will Eddie.
That's true. That's true. Lyle, no.
I can't tell if he's frozen or if
I know he's in the
still. It's good.
The stagnant stare. Oh my god.
Sure, that's fucked up. But we'll talk about that later on, man.
We'll
definitely have a conversation about that later on, man, because I was there in California, didn't get to go to Frankensons one time. That's what's up, though. It's cool. We'll have that conversation later on. Will, what's going on with you, man? What you got going down, bro?
Dude, happy to be here, man. As always, Layout was a fun show. Got to hang out with Pain, of course. You know, with, bringing the pain as always. So, but yeah, good to see everybody on the panel as always. Exactly, bro. Pain's all about the titties. That's what I learned tonight. So, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, that's the way to be. But I will say, guys, thanks so much for having me. And Layout, I got Lights Camera Collect on my show. That'll be Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and then Collectors Mingle Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then that's pretty much the all I have coming up. Maybe there'll be some videos I'll sprinkle in here and there. I'm feeling the urge to start making some stuff, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, man.
Do you think because of the lack of content that motherfuckers is gonna start sending Hot Choice emails like, yo, like you're messing with our shit? Like, you know what I mean? Just, like, what's going on? Like, where's the content? You know what I mean?
Until Loki gets announced tonight.
I know.
And, we'll get a video
dude, when Pennywise got released, I woke up to so many Instagram tags and messages. I was like, I've never felt that popular in my entire life.
You have to do a video when.
So when Loki releases, I'll do a video. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Anyway, Will, thank you for being here as always, brother. Great content in out with the Will Rastification product as well as Cam's gloves. So definitely, man, thank you for being here. Pain, my man, Pain is in the building. Pain, what's going on with you, brother? What you got going down, man?
I like titty. No. All right. So I'm probably the most unorganized YouTuber ever. So you can find me on Pain Collectibles. I have an Instagram, but it's Pain Collectibles 1 because I didn't know how to set it up. And we have a show this Friday at 10 p.m. We have a show every bi-weekly Fridays. And come watch me completely F up because you know how supposedly if you cuss on stream, your content gets pushed down or something. You don't get them demonetized, but you don't get recommended. Well, I get drunk like a sailor, cuss like a mofo, and watch me give Google the middle finger and do absolutely everything wrong. Because you know what, I'm not monetized yet, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. Pain Collectibles. We have the show is just all random, all shenanigans. We talk about the dumbest thing you can think of. I try to make fun of the entire statue hobby because, I mean, come on, the amount of money I'm spending, even I want to kick myself. So it's the most crazy shenanigan show that my crazy brain can come up with. Also, it depends on how drunk I get. Usually, it gets more fun the drunker I am. So Friday night, 10 p.m. Pain Collectibles.
Friday night, 10 p.m. Pain Collectibles on YouTube. Make sure you actually go through, man. Thank you guys for basically being here, and thank you guys out there in the chat. What I have going on, man, we got Uncivilized Scoundrels tomorrow night on Mario's channel, where we actually talk about the first 3 episodes of Andor, which is going to be interesting because I think Mario got some things he wants to nitpick about. I enjoyed it, but I don't know how much Mario has actually enjoyed it, but we'll see how that goes.
I gotta watch it.
You got to watch it tonight. Yeah. It's decent, man. So it's a really good show. I love it. We have, again, Figure Flex Friday, where we flex in pain. When you put up that Godspeed, when you actually put that, I think it was that statue. I got so many messages. Yo, where did he get that from? That thing's incredible. So definitely, thank you for that. But yeah, that was incredible. But yeah, so Collectors Now, you've got Collectors Lounge on Sunday. Cam will basically be there. So yeah, a couple videos I actually have popping up soon, hopefully. Like I said, if I can get through everything, but yeah, there's a lot going on in the community. But again, thank you guys out there for being a part of tonight's show. It's been a great show. You guys, as always, he said, Leo's is Mario's fault. Definitely it is. You guys, as always, out there, man, thank you very much for being with us. Again, have a good night, a good rest of your week. Stay safe in the collecting community. Who knows? If we knew what was coming out, we would definitely tell y'all. But right now, we don't know shit. So it's just a waiting period right now. So we just have to see. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. As always, we enjoy y'all, and we'll see you next week. We out. Wrong intro. I don't even know why I put that one up. I was going for this one. Here we go.